Okay, here's Erdinger, or Erdinger as I like to call it. I'm not sure of the exact pronunciation. Could be something totally different. You never know with these fucking foreign beers. I constantly get people messaging me and saying, oh, it's pronounced this way, oh, it's pronounced that way. At this point, although I appreciate people sending in messages like that to try to be helpful, I'm getting to the point where I don't care anymore. I'm just going to read what it looks like to me and stick with that, because it's really just a pointless game to keep trying to research something so trivial. Okay. So anyway, this is the Erdinger Weissbier Dunkel. It's a wheat beer. I've already reviewed just their standard Erdinger white beer, and I didn't like it that much. I gave it a slight recommendation. It wasn't what I liked in a wheat beer. Let's put it that way. Okay, so what I'm going to use for this is my Alexander Keith's Red Amber Ale glass, which came as a sort of a promotional thing with a 12-pack of their Red Amber Ale when it first came out a few years ago. It's a very cheaply made glass. In fact, it's a piece of crap. It's very hard to clean because it's very narrow at the bottom, but this is about the closest thing I have to a Weiss glass, a Weizen glass, or whatever they want to call it for wheat beers. It's a very poor substitute, but it's about as good as I've got. So we're going to use that. Okay, so like the other Erdinger beers, this is still fermenting in the bottle after they bottle it. This is supposed to be a darker version of the Erdinger beer, essentially. Okay, it uses dark malts. Again, this is brewed under the Bavarian purity law of 1516, because those Germans like their purity. We're not going to touch that subject. Okay, pour it now. I can already smell it from here too. I can smell sort of sweetness. Okay, wow, that's quite the head. That's like a four-finger head right there. Very dark beer. The head's kind of tan in color. I'd say this is about a very dark amber brown kind of color. Probably looks pretty black on the camera, but it is actually a very dark brown. I can tell just by looking at it here. Okay, so this is 5.6% alcohol. I'm going to take a sniff of it now. Oh, I really like the head on this. I gotta say, I'm impressed. Very foamy, and it seems to be staying too. Okay. Very malty kind of head. You can really smell that. There's sort of a citrusy kind of smell there, and something that smells akin to bananas, which is typical for wheat beers, at least the ones I've had from Germany anyway. There usually is some sort of banana-like smell in there. It might not be bananas, but that's how it registers to me anyway. It's a very, very sweet kind of beer. The sweetness and the smell, if you're used to homebrew, for instance, there's a kind of sweetness in the smell of most homebrews, and it's sort of akin to that. Although there is a bit more of a chemical undertone there too that sort of cuts it. So yeah, but it's nice. It's a decent smell. So I'm gonna take a sip now here before this review gets too long. Starts with a sort of a sweet, spicy caramel flavor. Caramel's kind of subdued though, there's just hints. It's quite smooth. Maybe a bit of banana in there. The aftertaste is bitter, and there's a bit of metallic undertone there, a little bit of a metallic undercurrent. It's not too bad though, I like it. I think I look at that head stand, that's beautiful. I think I like this already a lot more than the other Erdinger I had. I tend to like darker beers anyway. Let's give it another taste here. It's kind of a richness to the flavor where I probably wouldn't want to drink a lot of these in a row. Bit of a sweetness. Of course, most wheat beers do have a sweetness to them. This sort of has a, you know, kind of a nice rich sweetness that makes good for one or two. I don't know if I'd drink a whole bunch of these in a row. That might get to be a bit too much, but I'd definitely give this about a 3 out of 5 right away. It's actually quite excellent. A nice, pleasant surprise. I've been excited about drinking this ever since I got it the other day. I had to work, so I had to wait. But yeah, it's worth the wait. It's pretty good. 3 out of 5. Erdinger wheat beer Dunkel. Worth checking out. 3 out of 5.